Some of the Kampala leaders even used to demand sex. I'm about to start naming some of them. It was tragic. You want to contest for a position in the party leader says, let's meet in this hotel. And you think you are going to sit in the compound around the table to take a cup of tea. Then the person says, I have sent somebody to bring you where I am. Then somebody takes you to a hotel room. So you people do not know the amount of cleaning up we have had to do since we took charge of this party. Like in Kampala, you know, Kampala was a cartel of thieves. People used to collect money, they don't declare it. Up to now, there are people who should be in jail for corruption among the Kampala leaders. We only forgave them. We have so many cases of sexual harassment. Why do you think we passed the policy against sexual harassment in DP? Because it was so rampant. And the headquarters of corruption and sexual harassment was Kampala. And that crusade has continued. Now, at least, our young ladies are safe from the predators, who, if I'm provoked, I will start naming. I find that kind of posturing to be very cheap. When you have a problem with the leadership of your party, the constitution of DP has enough room to deal with all the problems. So that answers the question of who will participate. Members in good standing who are on the national register. The rest, really, they are none of our business. What can we do? This is like UNEB. Unless you are registered, you can't show up. Even if you are the most brilliant, who can recite these other tough books we used to read, like Backhouse of Mathematics, and so on. The examiner will say, sorry, you are not registered to sit. Because the requirement is not that you are brilliant or that you are prepared for the exam. The requirement is that you are registered to sit the exam. So that is the only test that you have to pass. The second question is, who will supervise this process? There should be no confusion about who is allowed to participate. It is not a general happiness. Just like I cannot go for Hijjah, you know, and Nobert Mao saying I'm also lining up to go for Hijjah because I can afford an air ticket to go to Mecca. That would be the joke. I'm just a tourist. So this process is not for political tourists and nomads. It is for members of DP in good standing. Fortunately, because I've been around here for some time, I now know the nomads. And we know how to deal with them. Then supervision is hierarchical. And then where there's a dispute, we have a mechanism to resolve it. I would like to assure all the members of DP, and indeed the nation, that whatever is wrong with DP can be fixed by whatever is right with the DP. There are so many things that are right with the DP. They can fix all the wrongs. Let me give you my own personal example on how a leader who is aggrieved can marshal political tools to see that they are listened to by party leaders. 2005, I showed up as a presidential candidate in Nambole. I was a candidate. I was beaten fairly and squarely, and I congratulated the winner. Then I saw the processes of election of other leaders, which was not done in accordance with the party constitution. It was basically a mob. Many of the people with whom we took charge of the party in 2010 were victims of Nambole. So what did I do? I did not address a press conference insulting anybody or abusing anybody's mother. Because one mark of a politician is that you must have a base, however small. And it is your base which fights. Now, I am from Gulu branch. So when the delegates conference now went into electing regional leaders, I addressed the meeting and I told them that, in my opinion, the National Executive Committee being elected has demonstrated some of the worst characteristics in the politics of DP. I also said that the processes have not been democratic. For that reason, I proposed that we would not elect our regional representatives to join the NEC. We would remain loyal to the elected leaders, but we would demand that the new leaders should, as quickly as possible, come and meet us at our home in the north, so that we talk about our problems. Now, that's how a responsible leader behaves. You don't start shooting in all directions. Indeed, I even became the national campaign director for Sebana Kizito, who beat me. Those with whom he was elected, for instance, like the Deputy Secretary General, Dr. Baiga, was busy running around with Dr. Besige while claiming to be DP. So that is the kind of political confusion this national leadership is determined to deal with. If you are working with any other political party, it must not be that you are now nominally here, but in reality you are selling off the DP leaders. The people who will participate in this exercise are members of DP in good standing. Some of you belong to churches. So for instance, if you belong to a church, when they say you are a member of the church in good standing, means you are baptized according to the canons and the traditions of that church. So for us who are Catholics, to say you are in good standing, it means you have the sacraments that are relevant. Which means you must be a registered member on the national database. So I wish to start by warning those who claim to be having registers. There is only one register, and it is at the headquarters, and the custodian is the Secretary General. Because of some political disagreements, which are normal anyway, I see the media gets so excited whenever there are disagreements. We are politicians, and our job is to disagree, to debate, and to exchange words, some of them very sharp. That will happen until Jesus returns. So, because of that, you find a situation where a chairman from Maracha district, which is almost near the Sudan border, can deliver returns with thousands of registered members. But chairmen in our Kampala districts are yet to deliver their returns. Why? Because of political posturing. And the political posturing is based on a very silly idea that to win the next election, you must distance yourself from Mao, who has sold the party, who has now been captured by NRM. So this posturing is not actually for building DP. This posturing is for their so-called electorate.